What's good, everybody? It's your man Big Dom, host of the TruPlayaz podcast, hitting you with the upfront, blatantly honest, in your face, no punches held, opinions on sports, current events, relationships, and many other topics along the way. Check out this next episode of my podcast.
You can never be too G'd up for love. Take a little flight. Let's get lost in love. Let's go. Ma, it's no problem to hold you, tongue stroke you, please you like I'm supposed to. Touch spots that ain't ever been touched, and I won't stop till both these squirrels get their nuts. Hey, you know it's good when we freakin', king size squeaking after I ease in. If you was with me, baby, 24/7, best believe that every single day would be a sweet day. Girl, you sweeter than a cheesecake. If you want beef, prophecy will be a beefcake. I make love to you till you fall asleep, leave you with sweet dreams between the sheets.
Was the night before that night. I was born on that day, but not last night. Once upon a time, I had my cash right.
What's good, everybody? It's man Big Dom. We're back again with another TruPlayaz podcast episode, back to back. I told you guys I may be back with JoeyG at around 9:30. It's 9:43 tonight. Doing first time ever back to back lives on the TruPlayaz podcast. Two different subjects. The last episode I had was with my bro Matthew from Jacobin Sports Talk and Knicks Believe Pod. We spoke about the Knicks and the trade deadline deals and all that. And right now we're just watching the new look Nets beating up Chicago Bulls right now. So this episode's going to be a little bit different. We're going to go into more of a, I wouldn't say relationship type of podcast, but more of interaction with people and how, you know, certain aptitudes seem to get in the way of relationships and making money. But let me introduce to you my co-host, the guy you guys all know, my brother, JoeyG. JoeyG, let him know.
What up? This is your man JoeyG, host of Beer Combo and Family, your co-host to TruPlayaz podcast. Been doing this here now for almost 3 years, and I've enjoyed the ride. Got plenty more things coming your way. Got ego tripping with JoeyG and Big Dom as your co-host in this new venture. As he said earlier, we're gonna go into a little bit more dealing with people and their egos that they build, which is gonna be fun because I love imitating people. I love imitating people. I love giving people perspective. Maybe I could give more of a animated look at how you're received because my words are not doing it justice, so I'm gonna have to imitate. And hopefully I could get some co-hosts on the scene that would love to put forth personas that they've come across in their life or on the job or just in general. It's gonna be fun. I promise you that it's gonna be fun.
Got you. All right, baby. All right, everyone. This episode's about ego. You know, ego, how ego affects relationships, how egos affect friendships, relationships, the ability to maximize your effort in a business or at a workplace. There's something that that people need to talk about. I want to talk. Been want to talk about it. I had wanted to do an Instagram live about it. Because I was talking, me and JoeyG, we always have conversations on the back channel and stuff like that. And then we spoke today a couple of days. I just woke up with an epiphany a couple of days ago. Just when February hit, you know what I'm saying, I realized that in about 4 months and a couple of days, 4 months, 20 days from today, I will complete my 45th year of life. You know, going to my 46th year. 40. I'll be officially 45 in June. And it comes to a point that we will reach a certain age that we should not be dealing with bullshit as far as people's attitudes and wants and needs and things like that. And I just wanted to touch base on it because I thought this is an important subject to talk about. Because I've encountered things in the past 2 weeks that the younger me would have reacted and wanted to punch somebody out or kick somebody's ass, but that's not me now. And the one thing I fear most is jail. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because I know my temper. If I ever cross that line and
Mhm.
inflict hurt on somebody, that's where I'm going.
Right.
Because they're not going to see that. They're not going to see tomorrow.
Right.
And it's just the self control I've had, how people came at me and things like that. One instance, someone left me a wonderful message that I woke up to on Instagram, not Instagram Messenger, but Facebook Messenger. How I owe them that I never come to their events and stuff like that. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, I woke up to this bullshit.
Mhm.
I was livid. I was livid. The fact that someone told me that I owe them, mind you, this person owed me more than I ever owe them. Let's
Right.
put that out in the street right now. And I got receipts.
Right.
Okay. So over something that's just about vanity. Vanity, going to an event, you want to take pictures, yada, 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 in a club, that's great. That's wonderful. That's not me.
Right.
That's not me anymore. I don't even go to strip clubs anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
You know what I'm saying? I mean, ever since the
okay.
pandemic, I done all club activities and all that shit.
Right.
Besides, I'm too old for that shit. You still in the club scene in your 40s? Come on,
Right.
man. Come on. You gotta do better than that. You gotta do better than that. Now, had the approach was different, maybe I would have considered coming. I mean, I'll probably show up and do something like that. And I'm not saying I'm going to show up to tomorrow or if I. That's pretty much up to me. Whatever happens that tomorrow, whatever, however I feel
Right.
is what's going to happen. If I don't feel like coming, I'm just not going to come.
Right.
Usually, I was supposed to go to AC.
Hmm.
You talk about that, but
Right.
the AC trip has been canceled. But um, I just felt in dealing with certain people, man. It's like I don't know if they don't get it or they just want to feel that they're important. What do you think about that, bro?
I mean, it depends on the person. First, let's start there. It
Hmm.
depends on the person, depends on upbringing. It also depends on what kind of persona they want people to see, um, who they build themselves up as.
Hmm.
You got an ideal picture of yourself, how you want to be received by people, then you're gonna feed that any means necessary. Your morals and your values may be compromised because that person that you're building um, to be seen by others um, tends to take over. And like any animal, you can keep it's gonna want more. It's almost like a fire. The more you fuel it, the more it engulfs.
Hmm.
It could be a good thing. Sports wise, it could be a good thing.
Hmm.
Sports wise, competition wise, uh, engagement as far as business is concerned. It could be a good thing also, but there's no off switch.
Hmm.
That's what people don't understand. There's no real off switch. It's go. From the
Hmm.
moment you say go, that's what it is. Until you break that person down
Hmm.
to basic fundamentals. Who are you? You as a person.
Right.
How do you want to be received? Are you a caring person? Do you really care about other people? Are you giving wholeheartedly or are you expecting gifts in return? Are you're expecting praise because you did such?
Right.
You know what I'm saying, what kind of person are you? Are you the person that's just giving from the heart and not expecting nothing in return, genuinely?
Hmm.
Or are you saying, Yeah, I'll do this right now because later on I could get something. There's different ways to tackle that.
There's many ways different. There's different ways to tackle that. But my thing, the point is that um, we all got challenges in life.
Hmm.
We all have goals in our life that we're trying to achieve, and sometimes you have to cut off the friends.
Right.
You have to cut off the family members to
Hmm.
achieve your goals because when
Right.
you have goals, ain't no one gonna sit there and tell you I got your back when you shit hit rock bottom. Ain't no one there to say I got your back. Not genuinely.
Well, I could be honest with you and say that going through those challenging stages and stuff like that, few
Hmm.
and far between you'll see people stay. Most
Right.
leave. That's not my problem. You got to
Hmm.
figure it out. Is that ego talking? Is it ego talking? Is it non-compassion? I don't know what it is. I'm not that person, so I couldn't tell you from their perspective. But
Yeah. Hmm.
I can tell you that on the receiving end of this situation, you tend to open your eyes to the people who were consistent,
Hmm.
who were there, spoke positive words,
Hmm.
encouraged. Even if they weren't there on a regular basis, those things helped.
Hmm.
And it's never forgotten. Those things are never forgotten.
Right.
The talking behind the back and the gossip and all that other stuff, that was there too. And that won't be forgotten either.
The whispers.
The whisperers, yeah.
Oh, Dom don't do this for me. Dom do that. Dom is selfish. Dom is this. Dom is that. But the thing that these people say are the same people who don't look themselves in the mirror and realize what they've done to get that reaction from me. They think I just go off and do it off the whim of that because I feel like doing it. No, I don't want to feel like doing it. At this point, in my journey, bro, I'm trying to develop two businesses here. I'm trying to develop my financial literacy business. I'm trying to develop my podcast. I ain't got time to be going back and forth with people on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, whatever you want to go. I don't have time for that shit.
Okay.
I really don't.
Unless it's a
And pe-
podcast and we're gonna get paid for that.
and we get paid for that too. But let me tell you something too. People claim they're savage, but you and I both know ain't no one see my true savage. They never see my true savage, and I can go with the best of them. You keep poking the bear, keep the bear sleeping because the bear is this close to waking up. And when I wake up, it's gonna be flames. And what I like to say, my shiny machete is gonna be swinging. And you don't want that smoke with me. I'm telling you, you don't want that smoke with me. And not that I'm looking for that smoke. Is I'm just at a different. I just want peace, man. I just want peace and prosperity. That's what I
I mean,
want right now.
I
I
mean,
ain't got
as
time for that riffraff
I
shit.
mean, as you, it's time to put the ego to bed. To be honest with you, and you
Yeah.
don't want to deal with the BS. You don't.
Mm-hmm.
Things are a lot simpler. You want to be around family. That's good. You want to have memories. You want to be the facilitator of those memories. You want to be involved.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, your friends, your family, you want those people close by and you want to have memories together, interactions. You want stuff that you can recall later on and laugh about. You want all
Mm-hmm.
those things. You don't want to miss out on all those things and later be saying, I shoulda, woulda, coulda. You don't want to sit there and do that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, if he was still here, if she was still here, I would. That time passed. You let it go because you had animosity, because you decided that you were going to be argumentative, because you couldn't let something go, because something up here in your mind won't let you pass that. Is it really the other person, or do you really need to check yourself?
You know what I noticed? You know what I noticed, bro. Sorry to cut you off. Like I said, people are afraid to look themselves in the mirror and realize where they went wrong.
Uh, Me, this was I'm gonna tell you this. I'll tell
Mm-hmm.
you this because being in a marriage is difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to be a one mind
Mm-hmm.
because I have my way of thinking. My
Mm-hmm.
wife has her way of thinking,
Mm-hmm.
and we clash sometimes because
Mm-hmm.
what is what she feels should be known to me, I may
Mm-hmm.
miss because I wasn't fortified the way she was.
Mm-hmm.
So the way she deals and handles things in her mind, she handles it a certain way. So in that,
Mm-hmm.
she expects that I do it in her way, in her manner, or think in her manner to get it done the way she's done. Because yes, she's older, but she figured I would do it the same way.
Right.
So it's understandable. It's
Mm-hmm.
understandable. But what do you touch and agree? You got to understand that the other person may not be up to speed the way you are. So maybe you should make a bridge of communication so they can understand the other side because they can't see
Mm-hmm.
it.
Mm-hmm.
Rather than downplay them, oh, da, da, da. For what? You're wasting
Mm-hmm.
time you don't have.
Bro, we we're close to 50. Then we're close to half a century years old, man. And that's the reality of things, bro. If you can't if you can't change your mindset and realize that this is what's going on right now, what you say it is, what you
Hmm.
think it is, no matter what you do, no matter how much weight you pump, no
Hmm.
how many times you feel yourself by to go into the export and taking photos of yourself. But we see the pain in your face. That
Yeah,
doesn't hide the pain in your face.
no.
There's something wrong. Look at me. I'm not as in shape as I was. I think I was in shape back in the day, but you don't see those same wrinkles on my face.
Mm.
You don't see the same pain in my face. And listen. I don't have children. I understand that. I get that. I get that. Do no fault of my own. Things happen with the females that were pregnant with my children. Things happen. All right. Um, it's just with me. That's why I always think. I think. I thank God for the my direct lieges. My mother, and
Hmm.
my father.
Right.
Motherfuckers talk about they struggling.
Hmm.
My mom came to this country scrubbing toilet bowls. Didn't know English.
Right.
Living in Harlem by herself, not knowing English,
Right.
sleeping on the floor in someone's room. To from that point on, got her own house. Was a nurse, and still had time to carry her extended family on her back.
Hmm.
But people complain that they're struggling. Nah, man, nah. But I'm not here to talk about that. I'm just understand. I'm just my thing is the mindset of people looking the easy way. Listen, the minute we turn 18 years old, there's no such thing as easy way. You know what I'm saying? The
Hmm.
minute we turn 18, there's no such thing as easy way.
No,
No
that's
such thing
not.
as that anymore. That time has passed from I tell kids when you're young, you're in high school or junior high school or elementary school, enjoy those times because when you turn 18, reality gonna bitch slap you across the face if you don't have those that parental support there. And some parents don't want to support the kids. As soon as they turn 18, they want to turn their. I'm not saying turn their back from the kid, but the financial backing, they were trying to step back away.
Right.
Um,
I
the
had the
beautiful
I had
part
the
is,
opposite effect. I
hmm
had the opposite effect. I thought I knew it all. I made a decision. I walked out. I never returned.
right.
Was that the way it was supposed to happen? No. What was supposed to happen is I was supposed to come back, apologize, and
hmm
ask for time to get things in order and ask for help to get these things in order. But
hmm
talking about ego, my ego would not let me do it. My ego would not allow me to walk back into the house,
hmm
look the father that raised me in the face and ask him these questions. My ego
hmm
was like, fuck it, we can do it on our own.
Basically,
We can do it on
but
our own, but it was a longer road. It was a longer
you know what?
road.
No, ego gets away from being receptive to coaching and mentoring. That's a big thing too.
And
Your ego get in the way. You think you know everything, or you get fresh at the person, this, that, and the other. And sometimes, you have to find that mentor. Everyone gets, you got to find that mentor that's going to take you to the next level. And sometimes
right,
their delivery could be the key ingredient for you not following them. And sometimes it's just your ego
right.
that's in the way. Um, I was gonna go on Instagram and rant about a certain zodiac sign. You already know what the zodiac sign I'm talking about, because the individual that sent me that messenger, Facebook Messenger message overnight, is of that zodiac sign. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The self-righteous king of the jungle bullshit mentality. But I like to remind those particular pussycats that we all need water to survive. Okay, we're gonna go into zodiac signs for a little bit, bro. We all need water to
Okay.
survive. Without water, we cannot survive. And the king crab is the king of the water. So, what makes you
Right.
think I have any fear of you because of your lioness, whatever shit that you want to call it? I really don't have fear. I was raised by a great lion, a great
Mm,
lion. My half one half of my creator.
right.
You know what I'm saying? This guy busts. He didn't hustle nobody. He didn't use anybody else's money. He didn't do none of that shit. He worked hard, made his own buck, made his own path.
Hmm.
Was he militant all the time with his sayings? Yes, he was. That rubbed me the wrong way, of course. But looking back on it now, since he's been passed away for going on 13 years,
Hmm.
you know, you looking back on it, you see the lessons he was trying to teach me. Understand why he came at me that way at that time, at this period. Not when I was in my 20s or my early 30s. I understand that right now when he's not here, why he came at me that way. It was preparation.
Right. How would you
Hmm
know what he was trying to tell you until now? You couldn't have.
You couldn't have. You know why? You know why, bro? Ego.
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 'Cause the ego was there.
Yeah. Ego. It's real simple. Now, let's get to ego in the sense that, you know what I'm saying? As far as working together to make money together, whether you're family or friends, you come together, you got this great business that you want to share with your friends and family. You're like, listen, let's do this together. We can make some big money together. We can all fill each other's holes. And you get the attitude, "Uh, I don't want to do it. I don't want to. What I've been told is I don't want to be underneath you. I'm like, and my thought process is, I don't care about who's underneath who. It's all about making some money. When it comes to money, I'm not worried about who I'm underneath, who's underneath. Doesn't matter. We all working as a conglomerate to make this money in a grand scheme of things, a total thing. We all try to make this money.
That's it. I mean, the simplicity of the situation is a financial opportunity for
Mm-hmm.
everybody to make money.
Mm-hmm.
Will there be things you may not like in doing this venture? Possibly.
Mm-hmm.
but the end goal is everybody has money in their pocket. There's no buts.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is. It's plain
Mm-hmm.
and simple. It's put out in front of you. Anything else you're thinking is you making something up. Is
Mm-hmm.
your ego getting in the way of shit?
Mm-hmm.
Telling you, well, why didn't I think of that first? Why wasn't I the person putting this in front of the family so I can be the one giving them this information?
Mm-hmm.
You just want to be first in the situation. That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
You want to be. I'm sorry, I have to look at the camera. You want to be that person. You want to be the breadwinner and everything like that. All right,
Mm-hmm.
let's step back for a second because if we're being a breadwinner in the situation,
Mm-hmm.
right? We had to be led at some point in our life.
Mm-hmm.
So let's look at the examples that we were given in our lives to see if you qualify for that position.
Mm-hmm.
Let's start there. Okay, that aside, you've had the role. How many losses have you had? You're being offered a financial education to help
Mm-hmm.
put money in your pocket
Mm-hmm.
so that later your children have money that they can
Mm-hmm.
fall and use in their lives in case
Mm-hmm.
something happens to you.
Right.
But you don't want to do it because you weren't the first person to come up with the idea. You weren't the first person to bring it to the table of the family. You weren't the person to bring everybody and say that I did this. I'm thinking of 300 right now.
Mm-hmm.
The God King.
Mm-hmm.
You want to be God King.
Mm-hmm.
Leonidas didn't care about none of that. Leonidas wanted everybody to eat.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody was eating. But when it came
Mm-hmm.
down to it, the whole family had to be doing their business.
Mm-hmm.
The women stayed home and the men did their business. That's the way it
Fought the
was.
wars. Fought the
And they
wars.
fought the wars. And when the men were depleted, the women stood up and did what they were supposed to do after
Mm-hmm.
the men were gone.
Right.
But they always kept the kings in line. They always kept it behind the scenes. They built them up. I don't
Mm-hmm.
understand this new age where you're just tearing everybody down. What the fuck is that?
Talking, but keep in mind one thing though. If you want to be the lead dog, right? If you want to be the lead dog in everything, it has nothing to do with your age. It doesn't matter who's the oldest, who's the youngest. If you want to be the lead dog, you gotta be willing to accept the responsibility that comes with being the lead dog. You can't say I'm the lead dog, I'm the oldest, then yet you verbalize say I wish I had it easy. You can't do that.
There's no such thing.
You can't verbalize that. My father didn't say that. He would never say that out loud. He would never say that out loud. You know what I'm saying? So that's the way I came from. I would like to be the lead dog, but I'd also like to delegate too. Can the smart a smart lead dog will delegate, but
Right.
you also got to be around people who are willing to accept the delegation too.
Right. You know what I realized though
Mm-hmm.
at this point in my life, and I feel it'll help me get me to my next level. I'm looking
Mm-hmm.
for a mentor.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking for a mentor to help me in my career, to help me to move a little bit better
Mm-hmm.
in life. And the place I'm working at right now is offering these things, and I'm taking full advantage of them. I'm just
Mm-hmm.
seeing I'm seeing things in a different perspective.
Mm-hmm.
I'm seeing things in a different perspective, and I'm realizing like you have to be a follower. And I'm not
Mm-hmm.
saying following blind. You have to follow somebody else's lead so you know how to lead. You
Right.
have to be educated in that.
Mm-hmm.
You can't you can't be a leader with no knowledge.
You get left out the field.
I guarantee you there's a family member right now that was a recruiter, that was of high rank, that could tell you there are a lot of leaders out there that have no education, are dumb as a box of rocks. And you're supposed to follow these people into war, into combat,
Mm-hmm.
and hope that you don't die and be able to come home to your family.
Mm-hmm.
That's the extreme case.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're talking about somebody on a regular basis that doesn't really have the leadership qualities, and you want me to follow him. Why? Why?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a bank account right now? How much money do you have in your bank account?
Mm-hmm.
Was your car repossessed? When was it repossessed? Were you able to get it back? How is your credit right now? We could keep talking as far as that. I'm not gonna cut. I'm gonna talk about me.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't the best father in the world
Mm-hmm.
in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
In the beginning, when I first came to the scene of fatherhood,
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't the best.
Mm-hmm.
Um, over time, over time, I've gotten better, and there's still room for improvement.
Mm-hmm.
But there are examples that I could follow. There's other people that I could follow in these situations to help me to be a better father.
Mm-hmm.
But it takes getting educated on these situations and not being fucking naive and saying, I got this. Because you don't.
Mm-hmm.
You don't. Because if you did, nobody would question you.
Mm-hmm.
If if you were capable, you wouldn't have to say it.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to brag about it. You don't have to say nothing. It speaks for itself.
Mm-hmm.
I don't post pictures on Facebook for that.
Mm-hmm.
I post it for my family so they could see my son is doing good, my daughter's doing good. That's what I do it
Mm-hmm.
for them to see that. I'm not holding my child up as a trophy. Look at me with my trophy. Saying the WWE and they're not the fucking intercontinental or fucking championship belt.
Listen, it's I think what I believe in fatherhood is a privilege. Is a
It's
privilege. Not everybody gets this opportunity to do it. Not the every opportunity to do it. There's a
something
lot of guys who drop the ball.
is honored.
There's plenty of guys who drop the ball as being fathers. You know what I'm saying? But some of us don't have the opportunity yet, or may not get the opportunity. That doesn't make you any lesser a man than anybody else. It's just the way. It's just how the chips fall. You know. Um, Nor should be
Some may not.
ridiculed. Hmm?
I don't say that some people I may not get the opportunity to be a father for themselves.
You may have to
and then
repeat that, bro. You broke up, bro. You may have to repeat
broke
that.
up. I said they may
Yeah,
be an important person.
got you.
So don't ever uh, cut stuff short as far as that's concerned. Like
Mm,
not just in general. Nobody cuts short of that. Because
mm,
a father is expected to be, but dad is in cards. There's nothing wrong but being that person and somebody else.
got you. Got you. But now let's talk about the ego
Mhm.
in the relationship between man and wife, boyfriend, girlfriend,
Oh,
fiancés and fiancées.
oh,
We're gonna get into that right now because ego is a very big part, and this is the because of ego. Um, I'm gonna say something that may offend a lot of women. I'm gonna say a lot. I'm
oh
gonna
man,
say something that's gonna offend a lot of women.
I
And I
got a
was talking
dope
to
follow.
another. I was no. We're gonna no. We're gonna go back to that. But I will say this: if I have the ability, if I have the gift of having a child, my child, trust me, my child's not gonna be
Mm,
used to fill a void in my life. It's gonna be my legacy. It's gonna be my extension. All right, not a void to
mm,
fill in my life because of, you know, my father was there. I had the privilege of having my father with me 32 years of my life. Not many guys have that. Not many people have that.
no, no, or a
You know what I'm
father,
saying?
or a father.
Hmm.
So we don't have a father.
And but make a long story short, let's get into the women aspect because a lot of when you're in a relationship with a woman, there's some women in a relationship to no matter how much you love them, every time you
Mm,
have a discussion or a disagreement, it turns to a competition. And we're not in the business of competing with each other. We compete against each other. We're supposed to be competing with each other together, a united path. That's what marriage is about. Marriage is not two separate people. It's one.
agreed.
Should be one. And some certain women need to understand that the reason why they don't have that ring on their finger because they don't know how to be in unison with their man. Because they come with checklists. You gotta be
Hmm.
this, and this. You know what I'm saying? But what happened to building with a what's the story? I'm not here to build a nigga. You ever heard that saying, Bo?
Hmm.
You ever heard that saying?
I've heard it.
Listen, I've dated women who was my ball and chain. You know this, bro.
Mm,
You know this,
mhm.
bro. I did like one or two females. It was a ball and chain act. I was holding a ball and chain. So let's call a spade a spade. And
Right.
but like I'm getting back to that. Everything's a competition. We need to women need to tone it down a little bit. You may make more income than a man. Okay. But is a man a bum? Did he ask for money to pay his bills? No. He got his bills. He may be short, on going out with you, but because he doesn't want to ask you to pay his bills. He want to take care of his own shit. He has his own responsibilities. Um,
Right.
and maybe he's doing that on purpose. So when it's time for you to propose to you, give you that ring to make you his wife, you ain't got to worry about that.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to worry about that shit. But I believe I'm different in a way because I was raised by two parents who worked all the
hmm.
time. You know what I'm saying? My mom wasn't the typical stay at home wife in that
Right.
era. She was pretty progressive in the era that she grew up in. She was always all about getting her own money in her pocket, just in case something were to happen. She could handle herself and take care of business. You know
But
what I'm saying?
isn't that being unselfish though?
If that's being unselfish,
Being unselfish for her to take that position.
well, I think part of the reason why she took that position was because she did grow up in a single mother household.
Mhm.
She didn't know no better. She had to take care of business. She wasn't looking for a
No,
man. Mm-hmm.
I'm asking because independently, if we're talking about women from that generation, right? That's like you said, it's very progressive. But chances to have money in your pocket and you're not looking for the extra, you're looking for the man in your life to facilitate. Is that correct?
That I mean, that I missed part of what you were saying, but I get the gist of what you're saying. Get the gist of it. Um, Again, I don't want to make it about what my upbringing. I don't want to make it about that. It's just the words that get the words that I'm seeing on Facebook, the posters I'm seeing on Facebook. It's kind of like so black man is king, but yet 5 minutes later you're emasculating him.
I believe.
One post was same female. One post, two posts in a minute. The 5 minute span. First post is treat our black men like kings. Next thing you know, he ain't shit. Next post is he ain't shit. I can't be I can't be able to build a nigga. Same woman, two different posts in a 5 minute span. I've seen it on Facebook and Instagram all the time. All the time. All the time.
It's like inconsistency, but most of the women nowadays, anyway, the younger generation, they're far from that making
Yeah, bro. I miss everything you say, bro. My bad. I miss everything you say. I wish you could say it again. But let's take a commercial break. I'm gonna hit you guys with a beautiful video. You've seen this video before, my cousin Prophecy. Once upon a time. We'll be back in a few. All right, people. We'll be back.
Once upon a time. Yeah. Once upon a time. Once upon a time. Yeah, you already. Once upon a time. Matter of fact, once upon this time. No cap, but I gotta drop a couple lines. I even had to read between a couple lines. Couple times I interrupted niggas shine. I took losses worse than Diddy did shine. If I slipped, I mean hell's frozen and pigs fly. I'm the ish when they say that shit's fly. Niggas biting my style, worse than shit flies. P get liver than trip wide. Trip clip, boom, enemies die. That's what you get when you cross enemy lines. Too many times, fools ain't pay me any mind. Stevie seen rhythms, Ray Cook, y'all the ones really blind. Ray bands on my eyes, thankful I'm alive. Breaking bands with my guys, spending family time. Dedicated like Nipsey, I'ma hustle till I die. Marathon still running, success comes from the grind. And then I say, once upon a time. You know? Once upon a time. Gridlock. Once upon a time. Once upon a time. Yeah. Twas the night before that night. I was born on that day, but not last night. Once upon a time, I had my cash right. Plug called, he ain't act right. I'm far from a slow nigga in this fast life. Pulled up, I got low, hit the black light. Once upon a time, slimy niggas catch a bad night. When bad police die, they don't deserve bagpipes. Once upon a time, they need to feel what God raps like. Oh, so folks feel me like a past light, a head buster. I'm shining bright as a mag light. Once upon a time, when will the government act right? Opinionated imbeciles just need to get their facts right. Skull and bones, poison spine for the backbites. You'll find out that going behind my back bites. Once upon a time, got you dying now. When I'm around, these loud mouths be dying down. Once upon a time. Yeah. Once upon a time. I was just dreaming. Once upon a time. I woke up. Once upon a time. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm up now. I'm up now. Yeah. I'm up now. C17.
Once upon a time, we lived in a life that was so easy. And now it got a little difficult.
Hopefully we have some. Hopefully we have some microphone checker.
Microphone checker. We good. We get something. We good now. So yeah, you were saying, bro. My bad. You were saying.
Lost my train of thought.
But
Lost my train of thought.
I was talking about the competition and all that stuff, and I did mention about the females who one post about got treat up black men like kings. Next moment, 5 minutes later, can't be with a nigga. I can't be the nigga who ain't got no money. Can't be with a nigga. I gotta build a nigga. Type shit.
First of all, again, they're not fucking Legos. They're not Legos. They're not Legos. Men are not Legos. Stop it.
But the thing, again, ego, especially with the females, it's rampant, it's extreme because remember,
he has a very good marketing scheme. Build a nigga.
Yeah. But keep listen, like Fat Joe said, I think he said it in Matt Hoffa's podcast. Yesterday's price is not today's price. Yesterday's nigga is not today's nigga. Okay.
Listen, it's not that simple. If it was, you'd be fucking a billionaire right now because you would have that shit boxed and sold out, and you would get it from two genres of people. You get it from women, and you get it from everybody else.
I'm gonna say the flip side of that too. Yesterday's girlfriend is not today's girlfriend. Just keep that in mind.
Right, and that it seems like it keeps getting stretched as far as what girlfriend means. Anyway, what does that mean? First, look at it. I'm gonna address this really quickly, as quick as I possibly can. First of all, there's a sex. There's a male and there's a female. Okay, you were born that. Period. I'm not gonna get into arguments. I'm not gonna get into discussions about that. What energy? And I'm going to address it like this. What energy you choose to associate with or identify with, that makes more sense to whatever genre of person and pronoun you want to fucking put out into the world. That makes more sense. Your energy. If you adopt more of a masculine energy, that's what it is. If you adopt more of a female energy, that's what it is. If you're kind of neutral in that situation, that's what it is. All these fucking extra labels is unnecessary. Getting back to the conversation.
That is definitely part of the conversation. We're gonna invite some people. I'm gonna post the link on the line, guys. Anybody want to add or join the podcast and put in your 2 cents? Feel free. We about to get a little bit saucy on this podcast right now. A little bit saucy. I just wish I had a female on the podcast. So,
I hate it when
yesterday's price not today's price. Yesterday's nigga is not today's nigga. Yesterday's girlfriend is not today's girlfriend. Welcome.
Welcome. Right. You're welcome.
Yesterday's husband, not yesterday's husband is not today's husband.
It's very true. It's not marketable.
Stop. So stop. Stop. The thing is that because of ego, they subliminally equate past, present, future, all in one,
Right.
and it's all.
Competition where there does not need to be. Like you fucking have a handicap starting out in the fucking race.
But ego has a lot to do. The ego is the thing that make relationships fail as well, as well as communication. If you have a big ego, you don't know how to communicate, and you don't. You can tell someone has ego and they refuse to listen. They hear you, but they're not listening.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I've been accused of not listening. Yeah, I don't listen because it's the same thing I'm hearing before, so it's nothing different. So it's
Right.
like, what are you saying differently? The tone you're saying it with, the meaning that should come, the emphasis on it. Yeah, it's the same shit. So why am I going to listen to the same shit over and over again? I'm going to get bored. I'm not going to get bored, but I'm going to get a little bit frustrated, and then I'm going to lash out, which I don't want to.
I get disinterested. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I get disinterested. I really don't want to hear no more. My ego says, "Shut the fuck up," because that's what he does. I don't fucking want to hear you talk no more. I want you to staple your lips shut and shut the fuck up. That's what I want you to do. But that's my ego talking. That's not me because I'm not that person.
It's crazy. That's what we do in the
Hey, you asked me about the ego part of ego tripping as far as JoeyG is concerned, and this is basically what it is. Like, I'm gonna say things that are outside the box. I'm gonna say things that may offend some people, but I'm gonna tell you how I naturally am triggered to feel on a certain situation before I say something out my mouth. You want to hear exactly the words that I'm thinking in my head? That's my initial reaction. Two things is what my ego tells me. What my ego tells me, I don't normally say. I kind of swallow that and come up with something else to say that's, what do you call that? PC. Public relations orientated. Where you can talk to people and to be okay with this conversation.
But it's I wish I could dig deeper into it because I feel it's unfair not to have a female voice in this and speak on this subject. But remember when we recorded a podcast that was never put out because the only female on that show was in her feelings.
You know what? I'm gonna say this, and me and my wife are having a discussion about this earlier. Black women are put into a category as far as the mad black woman. I don't know if you could see the air quotes, but I was doing it. The mad black woman, and no black woman wants to be put in that category, that box. So that's a big thing right there. I think what was not understood in the situation is that you were amongst your peers. Regardless of the two guests that we had, you were amongst your peers. So whatever happened in that circle, that would have been fine. You were free to be yourself. You were free to engage how you wanted to engage, and we let it go the way we normally would because we played dozens, done it before. You know what I'm saying? Where we rag on each other, whatever the case may be. But end of the day, there's a respect thing where we could come back to the table. You allow it to go because sometimes you need to vent. You need to get it off your chest. but it's not to be taken wholeheartedly and go in a different direction.
Mm-hmm.
It was lost.
Mm-hmm.
It was at a point where it couldn't be reconciled on the situation, so we just let it be.
Mm-hmm.
Did I post the video? No, I never posted the video because professional wise on my part, I'm going to say that first. I don't feel it was a representation of what I was trying to put out there. And I don't want you to be looked at in a certain light, nor do I want any of the guests that were on the show to be looked or be associated with that.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll just take it as a learning experience, and everybody did, on how we will proceed forward
Mm-hmm.
as far as the podcast is concerned. And on a personal note, and just understand that the way I receive things is not the way the next person receives things. That's the way I took out of that.
Mm-hmm. Mm. Good things. Good talk on that. You see how you see how someone's ego get caught up in ego could destroy relationships and stuff like that, destroy an atmosphere, change the energy of a situation. And I love when people talk about energy. Okay,
Mhm.
people who talk about energy. The energy that you put forth is the energy that you're going to get back. And that's what people need to
Right.
understand. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? If you feel someone's giving you certain type of energy, are you gonna sit there and be on that person all the time and be like, yo, this dude don't like me or this give me bad energy? No, you're gonna be in your play, you're gonna be in your corner, they're gonna be in their corner, and just keep it pushing.
Right.
Nothing wrong with that, but don't go around, telling people, oh, this dude don't like me, this and the other. Everything, especially with me, everything I do is with reason. Is because I have a reason to do it. It's not that I just do it for the sake of doing it. No, I have a reason behind it. So, um, again, ego is a very tricky thing. These people have good ego, and the majority is bad ego. And how it's utilized and stuff like that. The bad ego is utilized, not utilized properly. Um,
I
now,
got an easy resolve for that situation. An easy
mhm,
resolve. Whoever the person is,
mhm,
if you're listening, all you have to ask, do you have a problem with me?
mhm,
All the thoughts that are going on in your head because you're not asking the question to the person,
mhm,
that's on you.
right,
That's not on the person.
right,
That's on you. You put those thoughts in your head. You just one sitting there thinking, and you talking to other people that have nothing to do with the situation. You're talking to outsiders about a problem that's between you and that other person.
correct.
A so-called problem, because it's not even a problem, because you never asked if there was a problem. So you're gonna go to everybody else. Yo, I think you got a problem with me. Really? Does he? Did you ask him? I'm glad you didn't come to me with this.
But better yet, what did you do to perpetrate that reaction from that person?
Right. No, he's not. That's out of character. What happened? That's out of character for that person. What happened?
What did you do to perpetrate this situation?
What did you do?
Well, I
I
didn't
had
do
this.
nothing.
I had this situation happen to me when I was in Jacksonville. It's like two beat me up. He punched me in my face. He got a black eye, seen all of that. I was like, yeah, I need you to come over here and resolve this. I go see the person. Say, Joe, you know me. I said, man, what happened? What happened? I'm not gonna sit there and fight somebody on your behalf when I don't know the story. And I knew the person.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing the person on a different behalf.
So it's crazy. This world is crazy. This world is crazy. Um, I think that if people just learn how to understand, not everyone has to be the same. I think that's a big thing too. Not everyone has to have the same mindset. We could all sit down and talk about things and move on. I mean, like I mentioned in the previous podcast, I mean, people just need to agree to disagree and move on and still be happy and everyone be happy and be friends. Understand that we're not the same person. We all not gonna move the same. It is what it is.
I mean,
It is what it is.
the main purpose is to expand and comprehend.
Mm-hmm.
Expand and comprehend. If you don't comprehend, then you need to ask questions.
Mm-hmm. And don't be in your feelings when you're asking questions. Don't feel like you got to be the loudest talker in the room to feel that you're
No,
right.
what does that mean? What does that mean? Like I have a manager that did that, and I was just looking at him crazy. Like, just because you raise your voice doesn't emphasize anything to me.
Mm-mm.
Is it supposed to back a person up and get me out of my thought process? No, that doesn't. I had a father who did that, and that was the purpose of that, to shake me, shake me out of my thought process to make me focus on something else. No, I'm good with that. I understand how that works.
I feel you. I feel you on that, bro. I feel you on that. Now, I want to talk about another situation. We're going to change the little
Go.
subject of ego. I want to talk about that situation. We spoke about this offline. I remember
Mm-hmm.
we've been on the podcast. We talk about the Derek Chauvin situation, the cop from Brooklyn, what he did to that kid, but we didn't talk about the black cops killing that black kid. Never talk about that in the podcast. I want to touch on that a little bit, and me and you have plenty of conversation. Or like I said, we have plenty of conversation offline about this situation. And I said the whole situation looked like it was over a female. And boy, I was right.
Listen, I'm going to tell you from the beginning. I'm going to tell the viewers because I talked to you about this already. I didn't watch the video. Didn't watch the circumstances, didn't watch anything.
Mm-hmm.
I think I seen a clip on Instagram of the incident, and I was looking at the incident, and I was just like, yo, the way these cops are sizing this dude up is something personal. And just the way it was laid out in front of my eyes, I was like, yo, this is personal. This has nothing to do with the law, has nothing to do with something he violated, nothing like that. This is something personal. On that note, we did have the conversation, and you did say that it was probably over a female, which I agreed with, and I still agree with.
And these boys think because they're in Boys in Blue, they got the backup. Where was that backup that Derek Chauvin got?
Listen, I'm going to say this, and these cops may not realize this, but you do and you don't.
Mm-hmm.
Your badge gets you to a certain point.
Right, correct.
Your skin color may get you to a different point.
Mm-hmm.
One has Teflon, the other one is not Teflon. Let's be clear.
Let's be clear. Let it be clear.
Let us be clear. One's a military grade stopping power, and the other one is just like Walmart. Walmart brand. So you need to relax. You need to relax. Think things through. Just because you wear the badge, you're still representing other people. Just remember that.
And them boys ain't gonna have your back the way you think they're gonna have your back.
No, they push you out there to be an example that needs to be set for other officers that thought about or get involved in some incident like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because the example are not going to be the opposite way,
Mm-hmm.
or they're not going to be showcased in the same manner. I'll tell you that.
Not at all. Not at all.
I didn't even look at the news clips, but I could probably tell you for everything that they probably said about the situation.
They were punching homie. They were punching homie and stuff like that. Pulled him over for no fucking reason. I'm like, this guy died 3 years later after injuries from that, getting beaten, kicked, and punched. And for what? For what?
A person that
Oh,
you're probably not with. A person you cannot be with now. Even if you could, you can't.
you going to
And
jail?
the people that you're with, their lives are over because they wanted to help you in your situation because they were homies that were going to ride with you.
I'm gonna ride with my homie. Sometimes the best thing to do is to tell your homie he's wrong. You should stop.
Right.
The better friend is the one that will tell you no when it's necessary to tell you no.
Yep. That is a necessary evil.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, bro, I'm thinking this like my son says, I don't think that's a good idea.
No, tell me about it, bro. Tell me about it. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I'm hit you with 2 podcasts in one night, 2 live podcasts in one night. It's the first ever on TruPlayaz podcast, and I'm really taking a toll. It's taking a toll on me. I'm ready to knock out. But we got JoeyG on the line. Definitely, we're gonna do more. We're gonna do more podcasts, and definitely get a prelude into Ego Trip with JoeyG. Do some of that. And stay tuned because we're gonna have some great episodes too. We're gonna have some live gaming episodes too. So that's one thing. Me and Georgie, we got to sit down and talk about and how we're gonna get that going. And you know what I'm saying. So what's the final word on the ego tripping, ego and all that stuff? Listen, I'm gonna tell people this. We are all getting older. If you're over 40, we are all getting older. We're 1 year closer to death than we are close to living our prime, living our life. Let's make the best of it and make sure everyone counts. You make sure you don't leave anybody behind because of your ego or because you don't like them or shit like that. Everyone counts. Everyone's there for the ride. Let them filter themselves out of the equation. If that's the case, that's better because you didn't force them out or you didn't give the bad energy to make them want to walk away. People do filter themselves out eventually. And let that happen. Words of wisdom. And ladies and gentlemen, get and leave a legacy for your family, please. No GoFundMe's. No GoFundMe, seriously. There's things you can do to prevent the GoFundMe situation. Which is, probably sacrifice a cup of Starbucks every day. It could be something as little as that. So, what else you got to say, JoeyG?
Everybody's life journey is different, but we're all walking through life, experiencing our life's journey. What I view as your faults are stepping stones in your life that you need to go through. They're obstacles that you need to go through that builds you as a person, that builds character, that builds something better for you. What is for me, and what is for you is for you.
Correct.
Stop looking at what I have, what I've gained. Stop looking at all of that. because it's not for you. If it was, then you would have it.
Correct.
You want to learn, you want to grow, you want to be that person that you have built up in your head. Get educated to be that person.
Right.
Oh, I don't want to go to school. There's other ways to do it. You have YouTube, you have a phone at your fucking fingertips.
Mm-hmm.
No excuses. You're tired of working the fucking job that you had? You're tired of being that fucking manager and you want to go into something else? You can do it. It's up to you to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Stop choosing the easy way.
Correct.
That's the simple way I could talk to you, and so you know that from me to you, stop taking the fucking easy way. Stop doing it. Stop blaming other people. Stop doing that.
True.
Stop blaming other people. It's fucking too hard. You don't like where you're living, you don't want to be around certain people, then fucking move. Take your stuff, pack it up, put it in a box, go someplace else. You have a car, you have a job, you have money.
Mm-hmm.
Find yourself another spot. You're a grown-ass man. You're not a fucking baby anymore.
You want to know why? Because Stone Cold said so. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Fucking JoeyG said so. Fuck that.
That's right. That's right. So, yes, ladies and gentlemen, listen to what JoeyG said with impact and advice.
I hope it touches somebody. I really do. I hope it touches somebody. Because I'm looking at you, and I may be talking to you, I may be talking to the other person behind you or somebody else. But I know I was talking to me at some point in this time.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, I'm looking at the camera. I'm talking into the camera, but I may have been talking to a younger version of myself. You don't know that. But right in your mind right now, your ego got you thinking, oh, he's talking about me. See, he'll always be talking behind my back and this, that, and the third. Hold that.
Mm-hmm.
When was the last time I called you? Think about that.
Yeah, that's true.
When was the last time I called you out of the blue? Think about that. Think about that. I don't be thinking about you like that. If I did, I'd pick up the phone and I'd call you. But that's for you to play with on the side.
True. Definitely. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna be back with more stuff. You already know what it is. I didn't drink nothing. I didn't drink no liquor. I just had some soda, so I was trying to keep myself.
I'm being PG right now. I haven't even gotten to that. I'm being PG right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, this podcast is brought to you by the greatest people of all times. Okay?
Hulk Hogan.
As a matter of fact, bro, did you watch Royal Rumble?
No, I did not. I need to.
Yeah, we got to do a podcast about that shit before Elimination Chamber, and I have a few things to say about the Royal Rumble, what I liked about it, what I didn't like about it, but the overall product since Triple H took over is magnificent. Nothing short of magnificent.
Okay, I'll watch it because of that. I can't say this. I have played the 2022 version of the WrestleMania. Is it WrestleMania? The game. The wrestling game on PlayStation.
The 2K.
2K22.
Mm-hmm.
I played that. I like it. I like it. The behind the scenes, the building the character, and the way they're talking to the character, I like it. The build up. They almost did it like UFC.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't played a wrestling game in over 10 years.
Well, I like this one, and I think you'd like it because not only do you do the wrestling side, you do the managing side too.
It's funny. Before Facebook, someone actually was streaming Mike Tyson Punch Out, his fight against Mike Tyson. Talk about he'll beat Tyson with just straight up left jabs. I'm like, why you make that shit hard
I,
for yourself?
I don't. First of all, I couldn't tell you how to beat Mike Tyson after so many years of not playing Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
Mm-hmm.
I have a better chance of beating what's his name before Mike. Well, after Mike Tyson, and before Mike Tyson, there was what the dude's name? Anyway, there was a video game before Mike Tyson's Punch Out. It was in the arcade.
It wasn't
I can
Punch
tell
Out
you how
though.
to.
Punch Out was the second one. Punch Out was the second Mike Tyson Punch Out.
There was a game before that though. It was
Really?
an arcade version, and it was 3D ish at the time.
Really?
First person.
Mhm.
First person, and it was before Mike Tyson's Punch Out. And after Mike Tyson's Punch Out, they did another iteration of the same game. They just switched Mike Tyson's character out. I forgot what dude's name was, but I can tell you how to beat him. I can't tell you how to beat Mike.
Definitely. You know that'll be something that we could do. No. I'll think about finding a game that we could like play online, right? Play that crap online.
Mm-hmm.
Like me and you, and then we have commentary during each battle, each boxing game. That'd be probably the best way to do it if we were to do a podcast episode in regards to that, like a streaming.
Right.
I think that would be a great idea.
I have fun. I have fun with the video games and doing stuff like that. Like even like yesterday, I was playing Fortnite with some coworkers and his family members. I just found it funny because dude is just funny. Like he just be saying some things that are funny as hell while we're playing the game. By myself, I can't play the game and enjoy it as much as I do with other people.
Okay.
Like I can get into it, but not so much. Like I may play one match and try to win something, too, but I'm not invested like I used to be.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, I gotta beat this. I gotta find a way to beat it.
But we got responsibilities, bro. We just got responsibilities.
That's another thing too.
Chalk it up to the game.
Oh
Chalk it
no!
up.
Oh no!
Chalk it up to the game. All right, everyone.
When you know, you know.
Next episode, we promise. Oh, I didn't even see the comments. My bad. I didn't even see the comments.
There's comments
from John. Yeah, John. What up, John? I didn't even see the comments. Yeah, and yes, we do. We absolutely. I mean, respect goes a long way. Not in just a specific law enforcement profession. Everyone just needs to have respect for everybody. Respect goes a long way. I could tell you a situation I had yesterday. Actually, I was running late. I was supposed to go do this person's blood draw. I was running late. Meanwhile, I had to deal with, three guys fast and furious on the Sunset Parkway on a rainy day. Hit me like 3 times. So I was like, I was trying to stay away from that. And the guy texts me at 7:05 about, "Are you still coming to do my blood draw?" And I sensed through the text message, I sensed the energy was off. Okay. So I still proceed to go to the house. This dude is looking at me with a side eye, talking about, they're pointing to his watch. It's 7:12 right now. You know that, right? I was like, yeah, but you do realize I was in traffic. You know what I'm saying? It's raining outside. And I was getting ready to apologize, like a grown person, like a grown adult that I am. You know what I'm saying? apologize for the situation. This dude was like, well, you said you gonna be here at 7:00, but mind you, he never confirmed his appointment the night before. The only correspondence I heard from him was 7:05. His appointment was 7 a.m. 7:05, he texted me talking about asking me if I'm still coming.
Right.
And sheer pure logic, if a person does not confirm their appointment, I don't go. That's just logic.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm still required under the guise of the job. I still have to go to that person's place, even though they didn't confirm. So this dude did a whole dog and pony show, You know what I'm saying? He's feeling himself and all that fun stuff. I'll say, you know what? I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this appointment. And I walked out.
Understandable. You were upset.
I was upset, but I didn't show him I was upset. I just said, I'm not going to do it. I don't like the energy. I'm not going to deal with it. Next thing you know, if I did do it and he somehow gets hurt or something, oh, this guy hurt me on purpose. No, I didn't.
Right.
So you avoid that situation.
That's understandable. And it makes sense.
Mm-hmm. So on that note, I'm sorry I didn't see that comment. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to address that comment before we get off the air, the podcast. All right, ladies and gentlemen. All right, Joey G, any final words on the podcast? This is back-to-back live podcast. Any final words, bro?
First and foremost, to our Sheik, I'm going to say to our Sheik, be safe out there. We need more people like you out there that are respectful. And we do appreciate you, and we thank you for your service and what you do out there. And what you put on Facebook, because that's funny as hell on a regular basis. Life is not easy. Life is not easy, but we're all here, man. We're trying to make a way through it. Let's not make it harder on everybody else. Let's not do that. If there's an easier way for somebody to be had, listen up, man. You might learn something, and it might help you get a little further in life. Stop thinking your way is the best way, because it may not be.
Facts.
It may not be. Be receptive. Be a student first and a teacher second, but always, always be a student.
Facts. And remember, you will always, if you act stupid, no, I'm not gonna say it. I don't want the alphabet community to come after me. So we're gonna leave that alone.
No.
On that note,
I'll say that for Kanye West. I can't. I really want to talk about Kanye West, but I'm waiting.
Listen, that could be the next episode. Like I said, guys, we're gonna have a few other episodes. Super Bowl Sunday recap, not recap, but preview. Philadelphia Eagles versus the Chiefs.
I must bring it back. I'm sorry. Yay. His name is Yay.
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 Like I said, I hope to have a special guest on that show. I'm gonna get with him tomorrow, see if he wants to do the podcast. You know what I'm saying? Have the sergeant on the podcast to give his take on his favorite team, the Philadelphia Eagles.
I got an Eagles fan right here. Put him on the podcast. Let him talk. Yeah, I'll put him on the podcast. Let him talk about the Eagles.
Let's do it, man. I'm game, man. We're gonna talk about it. We gotta set the time on sometime on Saturday. or something, or some early Sunday morning where everybody's still, you know, still sleep. We do it early live, like around 11 a.m. and stuff like that. Get it on and popping. And we go from there.
I'm just watching. I'm watching. I'm waiting for the game. I'm gonna watch it, beginning to end, and see what goes on. Because it's two good teams, and I said this before. You got one team that's hungry, and you got one team that's had a taste, like they were right there, but didn't get it done.
Oh no, Kansas City didn't get it done last time, but they tried to.
They didn't get it done. They didn't get it done, so they had a taste for it.
They won one. They won one championship. They should have had two, but hey, let's
like I said, you had a taste.
You
know what that cake tastes like? You know what that cake tastes like?
Oh, I wish I had some more cake. To be honest with you, cake. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we about to end. We're about to end it, man. You can listen to the podcast on JoeyG Radio, Anchor, TuneIn Radio, iHeart Radio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, TuneIn Radio, SoundCloud, and all those other platforms. It's your man Big Dub signing off on the first ever back-to-back live podcast. I will see you again either on Saturday or Sunday for the preview of the Super Bowl. So we're going to sign off on this. Have a great night, everyone. Peace.
Good time.